Alright, we're back in. I'm sorry about that, guys. I initially watched the stream, and then I was too focused on the game to realize that it wasn't, that nothing was changing except for my mouse cursor moving on Open Broadcasting software. Open Broadcasting software just froze the image. So, I don't know what happened there, but thankfully, it's just been mostly story. I made the last video private because it's literally just a still image and me talking over it, so. That's that for now. Sore Stuggy.
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters. Damn, that doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
And now I have to play this thing in windowed mode because it absolutely will not allow me to play it in, you know, full screen mode and also stream it. Actually, I wonder if I go to options and go to fake full screen. Apply. Yes. But there, now I don't have. Now it's still streaming, it looks like, but the bottom of my screen is not obscured. Okay, I wonder if I can just break through this door.
But a fine Grace, what was...
He eyes the collar circling your neck and reaches a hand towards his blade.
Another sorcerer!
The Magister's companion doesn't blink, frozen in place at the sight of
you. Even if I knew how to rip that thing off, I wouldn't. Some crazy banshee comes screaming through, and now we got void bugs swarming up top. Sorcerer mutiny!
He whispers loudly to the other Magister.
Don't just cower there, Rix. Take out your blade.
Rix grabs his sword, which shakes in the rhythm of his trembling hand.
Oh, there's no mutiny. I tried to start one, though. I have highest intelligence, so persuasion success. Yay.
Rix looks to his companion, who then looks to you. They drop their hands to their sides.
Go on, then. Find a place to hide and stay there.
Bishop Alexander, if Lucian were alive, what would he think of his son's divine order?
Read the letter. Transport sorcerers to a place called the Joyce, and zinc to an angry black line from the top left to the bottom right. Bound tunnel, huh? Read. Praxis, tyranny spreads. Oh, these are history books. Chest. So maybe I wouldn't be happy with the situation, but what Dallas don't know won't hurt her. Gods are not paid enough to haul these source freaks to their island of untouchables. From there, it's off to driftwood with those barrels. The dwarf tossed me handsome sum of gold for shipping them. Sharp piece of metal. So is this maybe a crafting? Is that a crafting hint? bind it with anything. I don't think we have anything to bind it with. I do like the environmental effects in this game. Anything in here? Edit this water barrel. Let's go mark key. Say that fog barrels have been locked in storage. Stay out. You and Rex both find source. Run down there. Lights out.
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No, no, no! What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid. No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first time.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
Yes, indeed. It's the look of someone that wants to read the bloody book he's holding. Now, if you're really quite finished, I believe you have lifeboats to flee to. Please, I was no more an elf than you are those rags you're wearing. I had a mask, rather ingeniously designed, which allowed me to take that primitive form. A mask that was stolen by that damned witch after her little scene. Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools, and I will simply pluck my mask from her cold, dead hands.
Sensible.
Indeed. Just as sensible as getting off a sinking ship and leaving a fellow to his business. I would say good day, but it seems quite likely that you're about to die a rather terrible death, so...
The skeleton shrugs casually and returns to his book.
I like him. I like him.
Great gods! Something's pounding on the hull!
Don't think I needed that box.
The marking on the door, you press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply it doesn't budge. The door groans.
Something's breaking through!
Oh, I got a toy crossbow. Cool. Also, there is death fog.
I need to get out of here now!
Cracked sword. There's a Magister Knight down there. Now what? Do I have any AoE spells? Oh, I raised him as a corpse. That's kind of cool. Okay, I can only have one at a time, but still. Oh. It does not affect me. I don't want to risk going down there, so... Do I have anything in inventory I could maybe throw at it? I don't think a poison flask would do anything to it. If I could pick up a water barrel. Okay, so they do have a time limit. Saving.
Gods, I need to get off this ship.
Smash, smashy. So, you get up. Turn. Attack. Wild burst. Oh, you don't have enough AP, so. Will this actually heal me plus 5? It's not bad. And wham. Wham. How many AP does this require? Just one. So, attack. Attack. And explode. Ooh, fireball. Well, there is a lot of blood here. That is just so much blood. Okay, that's too much. Oh. Apparently the rain put it all out. Captain Kenway, huh? Makeshift wand. What's Staff of Magus? What does it do? Okay. I should probably put that back there. Unlock that. Put this over there. I'm gonna pick up the barrel of water just in case I need to put some fires out. Because you never know.
There's still a chance.
Smashy. Now let's get the others out. I have done the destroy all of this.
Get yourself off the ladder. There's a
Wait! Void Woken!
You get mosquito swarmed. And then enter. You go over here and just chill.
I thought Voidwoken was supposed to be scary.
I've faced worse.
Let the games begin.
Steady,
They
steady.
who are about to triumph.
These beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch. Prepare yourself.
I positioned that thing well.
Hurts, doesn't it?
I have no idea what they're drinking. Let's try the staff of Magus. Wham! That was cool.
Away!
Everybody.
The sea's hungry. We don't have much time.
I hear something. It's Magister Siwa. You want to put on this damn collar.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound. With jagged movements, she raises her blood, quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. It's working. The pressure is stemming the flow of blood. Siwan clutches your arm, her eyes locked with yours. Something within the ship snaps. The floorboards shudder. Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly. The ship lets out a deep groan, then cracks.
It's ripping the ship apart.
Okay, is that thing... It has a mouth on its tentacle, and the tentacle is coming out of the tentacle. Hey, I heard you like tentacles, so we put tentacles in your tentacles.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
Very wet.
Those Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor? This must be Fort Joy. I thought the Order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to elves. Well, elves eat people and their pets. Elves don't know the alphabet.
The child's eyes grow wide.
People ask you to eat them?
How we share
Really?
memories.
Neat. Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
The child looks at you straight on, unafraid, searching your face. He lifts his mirror to his nose, closes one eye, and looks at himself again.
We're both sorcerers, kid. Otherwise you wouldn't be here with that collar.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy.
I may well be wrong and crazy, yeah.
Maybe you're right. At least they don't mind where anyone goes. They know we can't leave the island, and it's a lot nicer out here than outside.
Got any
They're
parents?
gone now. The Magisters took them already. Guess now they're cured. And maybe they're waiting for me back at home.
No, they just executed you, them.
But you didn't die. Guess I am. But it's just normal to be scared. Nowhere isn't scary.
That's actually pretty wise.
There isn't anywhere safer. That's what I mean. You'll see.
The kid's like, well, everywhere is scary, so why be afraid? There is a certain amount of wisdom in that. Short stick. Physical armor.
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn. They've made it to shore.
You. I know you.
Well, these things can speak. Always gotta get my zombies up. What that is? Yep. Bleed. Whack him. And detonate. And now, wow.
These bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay. Drowned and eaten by a Voidwoken. I wonder in which order.
Well, I was gonna heal here, but I mean, I'm at full health now, so. Shell. Sharp rocks. Also interesting sign. It is a hand. How imaginative.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright, blood-red color. Could he be... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
Yes, I imagine you do. You're made of sterner stuff than I first gave you credit for. Chances are I wouldn't have survived the shipwreck had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hold. You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away, shall we? Nevertheless, one good turn does deserve another, so as far as the whole slave business is concerned, let's just forget about it. You may as well have your freedom. Now then, if there's nothing further...
Yes, why are you standing on a rock?
I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending, but I had thought it quite self-evident I was gazing out over the waves.
Surely you have
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean?
As of last night, breaking an infested wasteland, never wants to go near again.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities, and shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost. What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean just what I say. I had a very actual empire that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am?
See, I've actually played his campaign a little, so I know who he is, but I just want to fuck with him.
Oh, may the Seven have mercy on their own creation. I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the World-Tamer, the spouse of the Sun. Of course you know me.
No.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have.
You two have this and that to sort out. He's welcome to tag along if he wants.
This and that? Tag along? Do you really mean to compare the fate of an empire to whatever foibles you seek to fix?
Yeah, I do.
On the other hand, I really could do with a dog's body. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. You came back for the others on that ship, after all. Fine, I accept. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer, one of the mystics of my kind. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company.
Sure.
Jolly good. So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic and, yes, even subterfuge. What say you? Very well.
Perfect.
Onwards, then, to victory or death.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be travelling with a prince. proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, Milord.
I'm gonna call you Red.
As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go. So, without further ado, let us be off. A black cat. A herald of wisdom in my homeland. How fortuitous.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity. Its eye is clear, and it shakes its head, confused.
Clouded and grey. That sounds like the lady, the bard lady.
We already know this. Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come!
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Yeah.
Stay silent, elf!
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son, your bishop, and your friend these many years. The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, then you will help the Void destroy it. Dallas?
Yes, you're her.
I believe we're done here.
So he made her mutilate herself and then killed her anyway.
What
That's dick.
Come, will be needed elsewhere.
The lizard magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
She was a lizard, yet a magister. No matter her reasons, her penalty was fair.
Ooh. Nom 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 nom.
A single name throbs across your brain. Verdas, Verdas, Verdas. He must escape. He cannot die here. He cannot.
Cool.
I told him at noon exactly. Didn't I?
Did you see them, sir? Bishop Alexander and the Hammer herself, they were so close, almost within arm's reach. A traitor cannot be murdered. A traitor can only receive their due.
Everyone is a traitor.
The Divine Order's all that stands between everything you see and a Void Woken's throat. Any traitor to them is a traitor to us all. Believe it or don't. The Divine Order doesn't need our loyalty. They'll save us in spite of ourselves.
Well, not if we kill all of them first, which honestly is seeming like a better and better idea to me.
I find I need bread. I want no trouble.
Bread or a brisket, toast the same.
Your grift teaches. Dear one, help me teach this beast. He must respect.
Respect? Huh. Someone's got to keep this place running. Griff can't do it for free. Why'd you gotta make this so hard?
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms. You recognize him. It's Ifan, who you met aboard the ship on the way here.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of yours.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment before shuffling back to the protection of his crony.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff, especially not one of you. Everyone in camp's got to contribute. For food, for protection, no exceptions. Especially not for elves. Griff's orders.
Food? Protection? I have neither.
Sounds more like
you
a
two
shakedown.
ought to be thanking your lucky gods it's us, and not the Magisters enforcing round here. A fool never knows what it's got till it's well and gone. Now come on, elf. If you make me say it again, there's gonna be trouble.
And neither will I.
We got a system, and it looks like you don't want to fit in.
It looks like I have a new corpse to animate. Oof. Battle stomp. Knocking down that. Ooh. That was cool. Fortify Elodie, because she's in the middle of it and she's going to get hammered. Alright. Mosquito Swarm. Arcana. But she has no magic armor. Oh wait. Should have. Oh, it's resisted by physical armor. I should have used it on Burrow. Oh well.
Is that indigestion or is it... Oh god.
Oof.
Stay down, you.
Burrow. Battle Stomp. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Nothing really happened, so... Turn. Dead. Stab. And stab again. Not enough AP. Okay. Then burn.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us.
I've an errand to run around here first. I'll catch up with you there later.
Remember, past the kitchens, down to the beach, inside the caves there. There is a safe place.
Monies.
Efran rolls his sleeves back down and casually wipes some blood from his cheek. He nods at you, the shadow of a smile on his lips.
Good work there. Good work. I can tell you've got chops. Say, you were on the ship here with me, weren't you?
Yep.
He stretches out one rough hand to shake yours. He grips your hand tight as a vice and shakes it, hard.
Say, you don't look all that busy now that we're safely on dry land. I could use someone to watch my back, and it looks like you could use someone to watch yours.
Sure.
I've just got a small errand to run. And then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here, while I've still got a neck to collar. How about we stick together until we get out of this place? Ah, I didn't like the look in their eyes. Sure you didn't either.
He smiles broadly and looks away. You're not sure, but you could swear he just winked at you. He shrugs, looking off to the side.
We're the lone wolves.
Mercenaries. It's a job. My job.
So what's this
Everyone
errand?
needs to make a living. I make mine running errands.
Okay.
That's the truth. For me, for you, for everyone in this place. Why not help each other get out of here? The usual way. Haphazard, terrifying, and drenched in blood. Haven't quite worked out the details yet, but I'll wager it'll be no worse than what'll happen if we stay put. 2 heads are better than 1, and when push comes to shove, 4 fists are better than 2, right?
He grins, sharp teeth glittering in the midday sun.
So, before we hit the road, it's best if we decide battle strategies up front. Should keep more of our blood in. Survival's my main priority. I'll use every trick in the book to keep us alive. But if a wayfarer's not what you're after, I've got other skills. What do you need?
Yeah, wayfarer's cool.
Onwards.
Yep. He scans the horizon for threats with one green eye, then nods back at you.
Right you are. Lead the way.
Okay. Okay, so we're now all in one group, so they'll follow me.
Oh, I don't feel so good.
Oh, there's Los.
Hey, I know you.
Losa, the dark-eyed jokester you met aboard the ship, waves enthusiastically and dips into a mock elegant curtsy.
Back then, I was Madame Josephine Gribbles de Pube, and you were you. Glad to see you made it. Nothing like a nice tentacle slap across the moor to set the tone for the week, eh? How'd you escape? Me too.
Down to the water.
Did you hear something? When you were in the water, I mean. I heard the same thing. Do you know what this means? It means I'm not the only.
Losa's voice catches in her throat. The joy drains from her face. Her eyes lose focus, and her whole body goes rigid. She is stock-still, waxy-skinned, her eyes dark. Greyish-black veins run from her eyes down her cheeks. Her head snaps to you mechanically, and her eyes lock with yours, dark pupils dilated into great black voids. Light suddenly flashes back into her face. The grey veins drain to pinkish flesh, and her whole body relaxes.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Ah, it's nothing really. It's just, I'm just a bit, well, a bit hospitable.
Yes.
Ha! What I mean is, look, you've never been a host, right? That's because you're like a clump of leaves on the side of the road. That ain't bad, though. I'd give just about anything to be like you. But I'm a roadside inn. Red door, flowers out front, friendly lady at the door beckoning you in for half price. Like a goddamn gold star inn for the disembodied.
Okay, what were
Now,
you
isn't
hosting?
that just the question of the hour? I can't be sure just yet. I'll be surprised if it's a demon. Definitely not a sprite either. Maybe a spectre, but I wouldn't bet money on it. So, how are you enjoying the joy?
Accommodation was exceptional.
So true. And you can stay as long as your heart desires, free of charge. So, you want to check this place out together? Strength in numbers and all that.
Sure.
It does, right? Before we head out, I've got more than a few tricks up my sleeve. So you'll have to pick which one I'll pull out if, when, push comes to shove. Lately, I've been into the enchanting arts, but I can shoot, slash, summon, steal, whatever your little black heart desires. Sounds fine. So we're good to go? Yeah?
Yep, let's do it.
Well, that was easier than I thought. And I'll do my best to stay myself. Lead the way.
Bow your head, please! If we chant the endless prayer, the next divine will ascend, even if your kind has displeased the god so terribly of late. Haven't you heard? Bishop Alexander, the divine's own son, is God-woken. He will ascend. He will protect us from this darkness. Do not doubt that he will come into his powers at any moment, and then he shall ascend.
If he doesn't have his powers yet, how do we know he's God-woken? Like, that's... How do you tell if someone's
Say what you will
God-woken?
about the Divine Order. Say what you will about the Bishop and the Hammer.
A fella can't hear himself think with all this racket. Day and night she hollers after that child. Yeah, that Farah. You gotta cut that out. What's happened to you? Aye, she needs help, and none I can give. Mad as a cuckoo, that one, and twice as loud. Distraught don't even begin to cover it. She's hollering after that child of hers. Killed by a void woman, she was. Been dead and buried for a month now. Never even stepped foot in Fort Joy. And there ain't no amount of hollering that'll bring her back.
Where are you?
I don't think I ain't watching. That's your fifth blue just to this road.
Please, can you... An elf! Stay away, cannibal. If I find out you've gone near my baby, I'll skin you alive. Please. Please.
No. Just because the pair of you...
Please, can you... I don't care. I don't care. Irma, where are you, dear?
Right hand, my winker. Fella's got more right hands than an afternoon.
Irma, where are you, darling? He hasn't changed a bit.
Always. Looky here, mates. A fresh face. We love fresh faces, don't we? Oh, yes, we do. Why don't you join us in a round of cards? First hands on the house.
Sure.
Chuff to you, Chief. Here are your cards. You're up first.
You glance at your hand. 2 purple monarchs. A hard hand to beat.
They seem like cheaters, so I'll
Well,
fold.
that was easy. Looks like you'll have to pay your interment fee after all, Freshie. I'm sure the Reds told you. No one gets along without paying the interment fee. So, let's make this easy. Empty your pockets. Well, you've heard of it now, ain't ya? Go on then, Freshie. Turn them out.
No.
We'll see about that, Freshie.
Yep, it's fighting time.
Send us your children, your supplicants, and you divine.
Alright, so pin down, crippled target character. Oof, got them all.
Send us your children, your supplicants, and you divine.
And it lit on fire. Now they're all on fire. That's...
Send us your children, your supplicants, and you divine.
That sounds good. now we're all on fire. Everyone's on fire. So it's all good. Okay, you're gonna go over this way. Icicles fall from the sky. You know what? Let's put out some of this stuff. By this stuff, I mean us. Why didn't the rain go off? Did she fail casting the rain spell? That I don't know what happened. There's no battle log. There needs to be a battle log. Well, he didn't get knocked down at all. Fine. More fire.
Our Father, who presideth over us all.
Let's go over this way. And you will... Any bloated corpses to raise? I don't think there is, so... Bleeding. It's his turn. You're gonna use elemental arrowheads. Go over there. Fire at him. FAB, and turn. Okay.
Send us your children, your supplicants.
I don't know why she didn't cast that last time. Yay. Hail strike. On you. Electric discharge, sure. Loaded corpse. Oh, no. Shit. Didn't want to do that. Oh well. I don't actually think I will last another turn, so I'm going to down these. Ooh, that was a nice amount of damage.
Our Father, who presideth over us all.
Finish him.
The Reaper for me.
Yes. Nice. Now, everyone, try and get out of
Your supplicants,
burning.
a new divine.
So you need to go over there. You no. There, healed. Do you have any heals? You do not. Fishbone, old plate, identifying glass. What is up here?
Greetings, child.
Goodbye.
You must be very far from your homelands indeed. Hurts to be so far from your loved ones, eh? Troubles me to hear that. Now that the Divine has gone, our world's duller, darker than ever before. When he comes back, he'll bring a gentler world with him. Our Father...
You say that, but I played the other Divinity games. The world weren't gentle when the Divine was around. Just really was not. Word of advice, Leonardo: find a stick or a branch, tie a sharp piece of rock to one end, or do the same with a sharp piece of metal. Now you've got a simple axe. You're no longer unarmed. I like it.
The woman is scrabbling at her throat, as though she can hardly breathe.
Don't touch me. You're too close. This collar, this place, it's squeezing the life from me. I can't. I can barely even catch my breath. How is it possible? 1 minute you're in the garden in the sun, the next you're here, and they've put this thing around your neck.
Her hands move again to her throat. She seems to try to make space between her neck and the collar, but there's no space to be made. The woman is scrabbling at her throat as she catches...
Ben Mist! Ifan! Ben Mist! You killed them! You killed them! He killed them all! Murderer! Keep him away from me! Help! Somebody! Keep him away!
Yeah.
Stay back. Stay back. Keep that monster Ben Mist away from me.
The Voidwoken are attracted to Source. But why?
The lizard's brow knits together, then apart, and back again. He seems to be swimming deep in his thoughts, and doesn't look up as you approach.
What? Oh, new, are you? Very good, very good. Make yourself at home. Advice? Hold on to yourself, my friend. The fort is full of decent folks turned savage by confinement. Do not let it happen to you. My mind? What else, my friend? I'm wondering why. All of this. Source, the Voidwoken, the Divine. Why? We've used Source for thousands of years. We have used it to heal, to grow. How can it be that it suddenly summons these horrors from the void? And when will Alexander ascend to divinity? We cannot continue like this.
Keeps acting the way he does, he's never going to ascend.
You there. You've just arrived, isn't that right? Are you quite alone? It's just, I've a proposition. Something very worth knowing. But it's hardly a group affair. Oh, noble. But after the mad... Good luck with your friends.
See, it kind of feels like he's trying to get me away from my friend so he can mug me. That's literally what it sounds like. like how the corpse is still smoldering.
Amidst a crowd of screws, bolts, and scraps of metal, the woman is manipulating a glove-like contraption fitted with 5 long metal skewers. She doesn't look up as you approach.
And what you after? I ain't. Just seeing how it's made. She's clever, Dallas. Made these herself, for those bodyguards of hers. Boy, they're sharp.
She looks up.
You looking to buy something? Found it in the scrap heap not so long ago. We used to know each other back in the day, you know. Dallas and I. Never knew her to be much of a wrench head back in the day, but once she joined the Order, she started turning out all manner of oddities.
She nods once.
You looking to buy something? Or do you just want to waste my time with a whole lot of questions? Magic and net for you? Hell no. That's for me to know. All manner of things.
So she knows how to loosen the collars. Alright. So I picked up the wine specifically to sell it. Sell the tea, sell the herring. Keeping the resurrection and restoration scrolls. Poison flask. Water balloon. I'm gonna keep the weapons for now until I've equipped everyone with stuff. Maybe make something out of this stuff. Yeah, that's heavy. Get rid of that. Sell the gold cup. I'm gonna keep the teddy bear. 201. Dimensional bolt. These are all summoning skills. Except good. Cool.
Where's the oil?
Foreground, Magisters, that's not deal with them. Right. So who has what? You staff, you have a knife on a stick. We need armor. You have a toy crossbow.
Leave me. Go. You leave me be. Just leave.
Sounds like you're kind of oh shit, he's diseased now. That's not good. Hold on. Oh, stop. I wanted to click on her.
Leave me. Go. Get away. Get back. At least wait till
She groans in pain.
So we need a doctor for her. Oh, I actually should have. I only looked at their skill books, but I should look at her, the armor she has. I'm not sure if
the
she
woman
has
looks
armor.
up as you approach.
What do you need? By all means, get a knife.
She doesn't have armor. Okay. Oh. Gold. Give gold.
So this is Fort Joy.
The delivery. What a crumbling disaster.
Scram, snake face.
Griff is slowly, methodically peeling the skin from a potato. As you approach, he looks up, setting the potato, but not the sharp little knife, down on the table.
What? Who's asking?
He smirks and holds the little knife up to the light, watching it glint.
I'm listening. Sure, have a look. Good stuff, huh?
Oh, you just have food. It's not really what I want.
Thugs. Look at it this way. People get lawless here, and we all starve. They'll cure you of your sauce. Nightshade will cure you of an headache, too.
Hey, down here. You're a little light in your pack, ain't you? Who could blame you with the garbage they've got for sale round here? Why don't you take a gander at the goodies I got? Stuff you won't find anywhere else in camp. Procured by special means. Boss don't mind where the gold comes from, long as he gets his cut. Have a look, why don't you? Your cash. Let's just say folks leave here, but they don't seem to take their effects. Maybe I happen to know where everything ends up. Fend for yourself then. Haven't got shanked through the guild.
Leave him be. Don't listen. I can help. Shut up, elf. This clown caught him stealing from my kitchen. Still won't say where he stashed my supplies. Sound like someone you'd let off with a slap on the wrist. Caught him red-handed trying to make off with a second crate after he took the first. Went down like a rent boy when we grabbed him. Easy. Supplies. Crate of food, citrus in particular. He'll talk, or he'll die quiet. Alls I want is my supplies. Happy to let this clown die in a gutter instead of my kitchen. Bring back my crate, and you got yourself a deal.
An elf, caked in mud and blood, looks up at you from the bottom of the cage. He holds his shoulder at a strange angle. Despite his condition, he appears eager for your attention.
You believe what he says? That I am a thief?
Deceptive. Like most men behind bars, I'm innocent. Like most of us here on the island, in fact. Aren't you like me, looking for a... I do. I prepare it myself. One only has to follow the path. But you guess I need something too. Griff tells you, does he not? I take his supplies. but I don't take what he thinks. I do not have his oranges. I do not even see them. I tell you what I know. But first, I want to make a trade. I know a way out. I show you. And you help me out of here. I cannot die in this cage.
Yep,
finally. Progress. Griff releases me if he sees I do not have what he misses. You must find who steals them. After I am free, you are free. I see no one. In fact, I only hear the sound of Griff clearing his throat. You know how he does? Like so. For some time, I think Griff takes his own supplies. But I see the anger in him that he does not find it. He truly does not find what he seeks. I intend no harm. I want only some provisions. A bit of bread, a potato or two. Nothing Griff should be loath to give. I need to escape, and I have people to consider. You understand? Griff is a powerful man. Power is mysterious, in case you haven't noticed. Thank you. And hurry. Please.
I wonder if the coughing is due to a drug that he takes. Giving him a bit of lung troubles.
Watch yourself.
Rizek, you got any?
I feel it was quite something good.
Armor of Frost. Nope. It has nothing to sell.
Goodness, but this place has made you cranky. Perk up, old chap. Please, excuse us.
You're talking to me, not him, Sam.
Oh, for the love of Lucian, Balladeer. You're acting like a madman.
Say it again. What you said about my wife. Go on. Piss off. Go on, Sam.
Well, it's the truth, and you know it. She's better off. So what if it was messy? I'd rather puke myself to death 1,000 times than let the Reds get to me. If she were my wife, I'd be happy for her.
A flat smile twitches across Balladeer's lips.
She never did like you.
Oof. Well, I'm looking at his body.
The man looks for a moment at the corpse at his feet, then turns back toward the nearly finished coffin, bloodied hammer in hand.
Don't feel too bad. The fella had no decency. If you don't have that, you don't have anything to live for. Maybe they're onto something then. Maybe.
He nods at you and turns back to his handy.
Wouldn't know a thing about you and I, Gritty.
Ha! I found you, didn't I? Red, they said. Red, then dead.
It's going to be another tempo in your life because they're...
Them that pay the bills, of course. I'll be a rich man when you're 6 feet under. Time's up, Your Highness. Let's dance. It's stabbing time.
It's stabby time. Okay, no one use any fire. We're all covered in oil. Who am I playing? Ifin? He has a lot of armor. think you should probably actually go over here. Ow. Yeah, keep going. Go over this way. Hail strike. So 2 of those should hit you. Blocked by physical. Alright, we're going to throw some armor on you. Then turn. I'm gonna get a mosquito swarm up on him. And then healing. Everything's burning. Oh shit, he dead. Rain, please.
I'm ready.
Shields up. You're still burning? Really? This rain isn't doing anything for us? Oh. And she's frozen like an icicle because she got wet while on ice. Can you shoot him a lot, please? Red Prince, balls. You are invisible now, that's not good. Drink healing potion. I hit him in his face again. And land him. Ow. Oh, it got you both? That's not cool.
Focus.
Damn nuisance these assassins are. It's their frightful manners I mind the most, really.
What frightful manners? Hey, you want to use a hammer? Because we just got a hammer. You have... You has hammer. And it is good.
Hey. Hi.
Let's talk to him.
Well, that was rather fun, wasn't it? I do find it ever so invigorating to cut a cutthroat's throat.
You're pretty relaxed.
No one gets used to this kind of thing so quickly. This is hardly the first time someone has filled some poor fool's purse and bid him kill the prince. I'll tell you what, though. Whomever wants me out of the picture will have to do a lot better if they seek to get the better of me. All those bumblers they've sent so far mark a mere insult to my swordsmanship.
Margot?
The woman looks out on the gently lapping waves. She seems totally at peace, but as you approach, she turns to you with a cheerful smile.
Haven't seen you around here before. New?
Just arrived.
Don't worry too much if you have a hard time settling in. Takes a while to get used to the place. You here alone?
Few travel mates.
She gives you a long look.
You keep them friends of yours close, eh? Some of us haven't got anyone at all anymore. Not much in this world someone you love can't make better. Used to be I had a family. A husband and a little boy. We were healers. Source was in our blood. Then they brought us here. I couldn't stop them from taking my boys from me when they did. Reckon they were cured. Maybe even released. Don't know why the Reds didn't take me too. Now I'm just waiting for him to call my name. Waiting and remembering.
Her eyes sparkle.
Kind of you to ask. Stefan, he was my little one. Smart as a whip and no less wicked. And my husband, he was called Felix. He was an expert healer. Could fix a broken bone in a short minute.
She talks for some time about birthdays, about Felix's prickly beard, about the skunk Stefan once dragged home for a pet. Joy radiates from her as she remembers. She places a warm hand on your shoulder.
What a gift to think of them. I'd like to give something to you too. A family recipe. One of Felix's best. He'd be happy to know it went to such a warm soul.
Oh.
Take care of yourself. You hear? You're a sweet one.
Thank you. All right. Oh, I'm level 2. At some point I leveled up. I should definitely try and level up. But... okay, this seems where I can level up. Sure. Intelligence. What's here? War Master's good. Persuasion's good. I think War Master.
Patience, Mal. Patience. Patience.
Recipes, knife on a stick, sharp stone on a stick. Potions, invisibility potion. Oh, we can make an improvised staff out of a long stick and a shell. Cool.
Here you are. I wonder what keeps you. Tell me your tale. For I am an elf. The tongue of others is not my tongue. You may speak of then and when. I do not. I refuse to learn their strange speech. We are unfamiliar, yet familiar. We are the same material, you agree? I am very curious. So tell me your tale.
Sure.
Start from the beginning. Start from where you come.
Too strange to be believed.
I see. Now tell me more. Tell me what you do. Tell me what you find. I understand. Now tell me how your story ends. Power. An old ambition. Power comes from strength, and strength comes from growth. These seeds sprout. It is nothing.
Cool. He has geomancy spells. Cool.
Amid the squalor of Fort Joy, you suddenly spot an elf with diamond features, regal and radiant, but cold too, and sharper than any knife. She was the one who sat rolling dice in the ship that went under, deciding fates with every roll. Or so she said. Her eyes are focused on a lizard some distance away, and you get the distinct feeling he's an unfortunate man indeed to be trapped in her tiger-like gaze. No sooner have these words left your mouth than she turns about and grabs you in a stranglehold. You feel the tip of a long needle being pushed a little ways into your neck.
You caught me off guard. No one catches me off guard. Better tell me who you really are, or this time, I'll let my needle do the licking.
Just another elf like her. Maybe a less temperamental one.
There is no other elf like me.
A push, a pivot, and now you suddenly face her. The needle still all too deeply embedded in the side of your throat. Despite the precariousness of your situation, you notice something that remained undetected in the gloom of the ship. A flaw in her diamond features. A curiously shaped scar on her left cheek.
Let me tell you a little story. Once upon a bad old time, a lizard cut this thing, this living scar, into my cheek. The mark of a slave. But now I'm free, of sorts. And I've traced that lizard here, to Fort Joy. I intend to raise the subject with him.
I'm not that
She
lizard.
drives the needle in deeper and whispers.
In truth, it does not matter in the least who you really are. You saw me mark my prey. You could warn him, save him, or kill him before I get my chance. That makes you a liability. That makes you needle feed.
So killing you.
A bright sparkle of laughter follows your proposal.
Ha! How amusing. I admit I had not seen that twist coming. I was certain the pitiful begging was about to begin.
You know you were a lot nicer when you were licking me.
Make your case and do it quickly. Why should I join you? Escape. How you do tickle me. Most of the misguided deers around here would argue such a thing is impossible.
Saved you from certain death on that ship. Just saying.
Well played. Oh, little needle mine, what should I do? Push or pull? The agony of choice. You know what? Today is a rather fine day. Sunshine and an easy breeze. Yes, I'll let you live. I'll even agree to travel with you, provided we talk to that lizard I mentioned. I'm not quite sure the weather will save him.
With a casual flick of the wrist, she withdraws the needle from your neck and smiles, as if she just invited you to sit down for tea.
Let's discuss our respective roles then, shall we? You, me, and Death will be playing many a round of hide and seek. So, what role would you like me to play? As a rogue, my speciality is stealth. The quick silence of the dagger striking unseen. That suits me fine. Lead on, then follow me.
Be all roguey.
But wait, you seem to have quite a few followers already. We'll be far too conspicuous traveling in a caravan like that.
Eben?
Tired of the view in here yet?
For now,
Are you certain you want to dismiss your companion? His eyebrows shoot up.
Can't say I'm not sorry to see you go, but good luck out there.
What took you so long?
You're not quite certain you'll ever sleep soundly with Sabine in any sort of proximity, but at least she's on your side. For the moment.
Finesse-based attacks. She has scoundrel skills. Might as well up that. Sneak, sneak. She dual-wield shits. Alright. Let's go find the...
Just as you're about to address the lizard, the Red Prince bars you with an outstretched arm.
Speak with privately.
This man is a dreamer. As you know, I need a word with him. You may wait here while I speak.
Alright, go ahead.
Permission indeed.
He bids the dreamer stand up and pay attention, which he does in a groveling and awkward manner. The dreamer then chews and swallows a handful of Drudenay leaves before slipping into a trance-like state. He falls asleep. To your surprise, the Red Prince lies down and follows suit. After about half an hour, they wake up and begin to discuss what they saw in their dreams. The Red Prince pinches the bridge of his nose in apparent irritation before turning his back on the jabbering dreamer.
Put someone stuck in their afternoon.
You receive a withering glance in response.
A deserved bit of sarcasm, I suppose. But though this stingtail fellow may be a less than stellar specimen in the firmament of dreamers, the dreams themselves prove to be quite elucidating. Turns out I'm being hunted by an enemy I didn't know actually existed. The myth-shrouded House of Shadows. The dreamers, though, they're on my side. And they've visions of me on the throne. That's because you haven't seen that other world in all its glory. It is majestic, fit for a prince.
Sure.
Oh, I was born with the promise of an empire, and that promise will be kept. But to keep it, I must find a second dreamer, a greater one, a more experienced traveler of the dream world. Bahara is her name, and she resides in the swamplands east of the fort. So, let us make our escape and venture there post-haste.
Hey. You know, I could tell you all about swamp dreamers too if I chewed that much Drudenay.
Oh, do hold your prickly tongue.
That's good. I could tell you about swamp dreamers too if I had that much Drudenay.
Looks like the crate I'm after. But where are the contents?
Oh wait, didn't even know that was the crate I'd be after. I was just looking.
As you're about to approach the lizard, Sabine cups your chin between thumb and index finger, then guides your eyes to hers.
Listen, I need to have a chat with this here morsel of flesh. He has wronged me once, but may just do right by me this time.
To your surprise, Sabine proceeds to throttle the unsuspecting lizard with one hand as she drives the tip of her needle into his lower belly with the other. Then, the questions commence. You hear him yelp about the master, lone wolves, and a man called Griff. Then, quite suddenly, There's blood everywhere as Stingtail falls to the ground, face first into his own intestines. Sabine heaves a sigh of satisfaction, and as she wipes her needle clean, shoots you a cursory look.
Chat's over.
Elf, how dare you strike down a dreamer?
Such is my prerogative, Prince. And doubly so, my pleasure. Something on your mind? It's simple. He scarred me, so I scarred him. Extensively.
She defies you with devilishly innocent eyes.
Can you blame me? There it is. I was wondering when your spine would make an appearance. Anyway, what's dead is done, so let's move on, shall we? Despite my high hopes, this scar disfigures me still. The search for the Master continues, of course. Hungry work, the hunt. And you know what? I'm feeling a bit peckish. Stingtail mentioned a cook, as it happens. A fellow named Griff. 2 birds, 1 stone. How about it?
Cool. Buddy.
The dog focuses at the cat at your feet, baring its teeth and growling.
Queen's beard. It looks like you lost a fight with a claw hammer. Reckon you're in need of something to heal yourself up, eh? Calling me unimpressed, you old brew. It's always the braggarts who cry the hardest when you stitch them up. Lucky for you, I think a good old-fashioned potion will do you.
Instead of a potion, she hands you an empty bottle and a fat brown mushroom.
I knew I saw some talent in you. Go ahead and combine them. Once you've mastered the technique, you'll never need help from a crusty old quack like me again. Dane's as stubborn as an old steer. Says he don't believe in alchemy and won't accept a potion from me or anyone else. But Jack and Nip would rather die than drink something that ain't at least 30 proof. Still, my job ain't to judge, but to heal. Or if that fails, to comfort. Seems that's all I can do for old Dane anymore.
Combine.
Rest now. You'll hie yourself to the grave.
Cool.
A healer's walk is...
Oh, here.
A little reprieve from the din outside.
As you approach the young elf, Losa suddenly grabs your arm. Her hand is damp. Her face looks pale and grey.
Hey, listen, I don't know why, but I think I need to talk to this elf. You mind? I can't. I just need to talk to her, okay?
She turns towards Sahala. She darts over to the elf without responding. They begin talking in earnest, more quietly than you can overhear. Losa suddenly snatches up both the elf's hands and leans close to her. Her voice rises.
You have to tell me.
The whites of Losa's eyes fade to grey, then black. The colour runs into her veins, crisscrossing her skin like lightning. She keeps hold of Sahela's hands.
It rises in you even now, Losa. Do not let it. You must be strong. Be strong. Fight. Fight. You are okay. You are yours. No one else's.
Shut up. Let go. Let go. Let go. I don't want to hurt her. Don't make me.
Losa is rigid as a board, tense with the effort of holding Sahela's hands in tight, painful bunches.
Leave me alone! Leave me! I don't want to!
You are hurting me.
Losa's eyes are black. Sahila's fingers are white under her grasp.
Let me go! Please!
A sinister smile spreads across Losa's lips. She jerks the elf toward her.
Chatty, chatty elf. Chatty elf with all the answers. I wonder what your blood tastes like.
Losa, please! You must not defend her. She wakes if she is weakened. We must hurt her to protect her, you see?
I bet the elf blood tastes like honey, like nectar, like joy itself. Let's find out.
You must weaken her to help her.
Yeah, thanks. What? Don't look at me like that. That thing has nothing to do with me. It's just a visitor. A fly that won't buzz off. Glad it didn't freak you out too much, though. I know this kind of stuff can be weird if you aren't used to it. Yeah, I know. I'm working on it, okay? Let's keep moving. I want to get out of this bloody place as soon as possible.
Yeah, sure.
The young girl's eyes are covered, but she turns towards you when you approach. She smiles as though she recognizes you, though she couldn't have seen your face.
Ah, hello. I see you come a long way. I see you come here seeking a great adventure. Do you find it? Perhaps you keep going. Perhaps you make friends with what you see. There is a great passion in every grain of sand. Maybe you find your adventure after all.
She laughs and looks around as though taking in the scenery, though her eyes are still covered.
Many people to meet, many stones to turn. And there is a great joy here, as though the walls and water themselves were made by many smiling gods. Even if we are here under unhappy circumstances, still I feel it. I see it before my eyes. It is not so bad. I know which days have bread and which days have none. I know more bread comes someday. It helps. Ah, you help him. Your open heart surprises even me. You bless me. You bless us all. I know they help.
The child ignores you and continues with her game.
State your business. Do stop gaping. Anything can be procured inside these walls. That's for you to decide.
Oh, do you have some stuff? You do. Okay. Got some gear. Alright. It's not much gear, but it's some. Scale gloves. Mage shoes. Oh, crap, I wanted money for that. Oh well. He now has a great attitude with me, so I now have discounts and stuff with him. That was my bad, but oh well. I seem to remember that it was really tough in there, so I'm not going to go in there for now. There is this place.
This hole is too small for you to squeeze into.
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
Sibyl gently places a hand on the small of your back. Her mouth reaches your ear with a whisper.
Let me have a word with the gentleman, would you? I've a little clue to follow up on.
Sibyl steps forward and asks Griff the cook about the lone wolves. A dead little birdie told her he's the man to talk to. A little back and forth ensues. Money crosses hands, and before you know it, Sibyl stands back beside you, all smiles.
Thank you. We should make good on our escape, you know. I have to see a man about a wolf in the hollow marshes. Naught but a whelp in skillful hands, I'm sure. Zalaskar's his name. A name for the taking, if it comes to that.
Everything there?
Griff glances from his blade to you and back again. Griff tears into one of the oranges with both hands. Juice squirts through his hands as he desperately rips through the rind.
Looks like everything's accounted for. Now the important question. Who's the thief?
He raises an eyebrow.
Looks like someone did my job for me. Your guy's free to go. He should be fine. Eventually.
Please. I will not survive forever here. Neither will she. It is done. And quickly. I thank you. Very, very much. I hold my end of the bargain. I show you the way out. But I have something more to ask of you. Yes, I become fine. And so much more when you agree to finish what I start. Sahela, she is everything. A ruler, a seer, a knower, a child. She cannot... It is for all our people. For the world.
I really don't like it in RPGs when they make the characters talk
Give me
really
your
slow.
map.
It's like, they can talk normally.
I show you the way out. A secret. Dangerous. But it leads to freedom.
I give you this amulet. You must pass it to the elves who still remain. Tell them Sahela is here. They will send help. Please. She is important.
I go to her. I wish you good luck, and I thank you for us all.
Okay. hell?
Worse than war rations, these.
Sahala and the mainland need to be informed of Sahala's fate. Okay. Wonder where the dwarf got to. He's like the only one I haven't run across.
Hey. Hi.
There's Ethan.
Found something.
Corpses.
Something hidden has been revealed, huh? Oh, what's that?
I don't have the right tool for digging.
You have a shovel, or if you are a lizard, you can dig here. Oh, okay, we have a lizard. Check it.
One must put in due effort if one is to reap the proper reward.
You have claws. What is this? Oh, shit. It would be nice to be able to see our, like, progression. Like, I have no idea how close we are to leveling up. There seems to be no progression bar. Skill panel, no. Nothing panel, no. Yep, there appears to be no way to know how much XP we have. Oh, is that there at the bottom? Okay. Oh wait, we are actually close. Hello, kitty cat. I have no idea what's going on with the cat. Ooh, tattered notebooks. Made it this far now, there's only a little length of ground to cover. I hear them talking, these strange creatures. One is a royal, I believe. The others are disciples, but from what I can tell, they've been locked down here a long time. My strategy is stealth. I'll sneak past them during one of the royals' more impassioned speeches, and they'll likely not even notice me. Home, to Carvo, to Rusket, to my farm again. Some cool stuff. Oh hey, bedroll. Sleepy, sleepy. Let's get everyone back up to full. Fire slug. It's a very charred corpse over there. Okay, so I kind of...
Aglow with flames and glistening slime, the strange beast looks at you almost expectantly. The bizarre creature utters a series of gurgles. It seems to be gesturing towards deeper in the cavern. The creature warbles incoherently, shaking its bulk towards the bowels of the cavern.
I'm gonna take my leave. If I could talk to animals, like with that animal speech talent, then that might make more sense. But I can't, so it doesn't.
Do you hear that? Something's up ahead.
Alright. You're gonna have to dose this area with rain. Oh. I did not realize that would hurt you. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna end here, and we're gonna reload from my last save next time we play this. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed that. Sorry you missed the initial bit because my broadcasting software is being a pain. And like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.